Hey, Kyle, do the introduction real quick.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Disney morning LPTV news update. As Doobie gets a news update of his own, I'm Kyle. I'm the one of the editors on Laughing Place, and Doobie is the co-founder, founded in 1999, and he still does IT stuff, and we host this show together. And now he's going to continue.
All right.
It's okay. You got your own
Hey,
news
everybody.
update, as I told the people.
Welcome. Hey, I'm Doobie. That's Kyle. You just did the introduction, so let's jump right in. We're going to do news today. Oh, I got to say hi. Hi, Gio. Hi, Steven from Wyoming. All right, let's jump in with the stock price. I don't have a clue where it's at. This is going to be exciting. All right, Kai. What do you think the stock is today? Long weekend. I even think the market was open on Friday, so it could really be all over the place.
No idea.
So let's say within 50 cents, Kyle. Whoops.
Okay. I'll just say a flat 95 then.
Oh my goodness. Sorry.
Yes,
Sorry, guys.
my coffee.
95. Wow, 95.21.
All right.
You're on quite a streak, Kyle. You have not missed in a long time. This is impressive.
Climbing. Restore my portfolio, please.
Let me get your record. I believe you are, yes, 19-8. Oh my goodness. You know, Kyle, you might want to take this stock picking ability and turn it into some real money.
Okay. That'd be nice to have real money.
All right. We have Ethan, right?
Yeah.
I will do the part of Ethan in Northern California. It is freezing.
Well, let's see where Doobie might want to be instead.
Hello and welcome to another LP Disney Weather Report. I trust you all had a fantastic holiday and weekend and are now hungry for some badly narrated 80s songs and weather forecasts. She calls out to the man on the street. "Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I've nowhere to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me?" He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. Starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. "Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise." Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will reach a high of 74 today but will be sub 60 at night, so bring a jacket to the park with you. By the way, I wonder how much Disneyland makes in sweatshirt sales each year from people who don't watch updates like this one. Look at me, Ethan, saving you money on this Cyber Monday. How appropriate. Interestingly, Walt Disney World will be cooler than SoCal today, with a high of just 68. For the first time ever, that makes Florida a Kyle pick of the day, even if the water still kind of smells. Meanwhile, Castaway Cay will be picking up a Doobie's pick of the day vote with a high of 85 and low of 76. Disneyland Paris is not having a good park-going night as heavy rain is currently on the radar, with showers lingering for the next few hours. Sounds like no drone shows tonight. Tomorrow, Tokyo will be sunny and clear, with temps reaching the upper 60s during the day. It will be a similar story in Shanghai, but the high will be a bit cooler, barely crossing 60. Finally, Hong Kong will be solidly in the 70s for most of the day tomorrow with sunny skies. That's all for another LP Disney weather update. Stay tuned to the LP YouTube for a Magic Kingdom walk and talk later today anchored by, well, somebody, followed by Disney Parks Talk live at 4 p.m. Pacific today. Have a fantastic Cyber Monday and I'll see you all later. Bye for now.
Couple of things there. Why is Ethan giving away backstage drama here at Laughing Place?
I don't know.
And what's wrong with Florida water?
It smells.
Really?
Yeah, it smells like it depends. I will say it depends on where you are. Like some Disney property, it's less of a smell. But the first time that when I stayed at a place in Champions Gate and I turned on the shower and I legitimately thought there was something wrong. I'm like, oh, it started to smell like sewage. Should I tell the front desk? And then I learned that's just Florida. And yeah, it varies by place to place. But yeah, I don't like the smell of Florida water.
Lived in Florida for 9 years. Did not.
You've gone nose blind to it, just like those Febreze commercials.
All right, let's get to some real news
nose
here.
Nose blind or scent deaf? Which is better?
Nose blind.
Okay.
Gio says Florida water used to make him sick as a kid. I'm just having a...
Doobie, I don't know if I'm breaking up or you're breaking up, but one of us is breaking up. I'm going to guess it's you at this point. So I'm just going to talk and fill space until you come back. And I will pull up Gio's comment. And yes, there it is. It tastes okay. Like I just, it's more about the scent for me. But yeah, there's just a swampiness to it at certain places. I'm sure Doobie will come back at some point. Oh, hey, now I don't know. Is that from when you pulled it up earlier? Hi.
I don't know, but here's the deal. I think we're having Wi-Fi issues here. So I actually put it back on plugged in, which has its own set of issues. So,
well, I'll be ready to jump in.
Wi-Fi seems to be back okay.
Okay.
I'm going to switch back to Wi-Fi. My phone shows it's okay on Wi-Fi. I'm going back to Wi-Fi. Back 1 second.
Yes, Doobie could be celebrating the anniversary of Frozen on GMA because he was Frozen. It makes perfect sense.
All right. Am I here?
You are here.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on. Hopefully the internet issues. This day, let me tell you, this day already off to a smashing start at 9:07 a.m.
Smashing.
Wish. Wish came. What did I do there?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Wish came out over the holiday weekend and had expectations of doing 45 to 50 million, which would have been a huge improvement over last year. Not blockbuster gangbusters, but at least an improvement. And it fizzled, Kyle. It fizzled. It did not finish first. Lost to Napoleon. It lost to Hunger Games, which was in its second week of release. It only made just under $32 million for the holiday weekend, which is just such a disappointment. And as someone who actually loved this movie, I'm really sad about it. Any thoughts on this, Kyle?
I mean, again, I think you have to wonder how much people are now just expecting these things to arrive on Disney Plus more quickly, because that was the trend, and it's been little bit longer, but still only a few months. It's not like it was where you'd have several different windows way before that. You'd have 3 months until it was on digital and Blu-ray, and then several more months till streaming. So I think we're still seeing the impact of that potentially, but we didn't think 50 was good. And it ended up being less than that.
Yeah, I'd feel a little better at least if it were a critical success, but the critics don't like it. The box office is terrible. Gio thinks it's Disney Plus, and the expectation is going to be there soon, especially with how much it costs to take a family to a movie with snacks. And I realize the box office as a whole is not what it once was, but still.
Well, Cole says Trolls Band Together is better than Wish. So take that with a shaker of salt.
I like it, and I know a lot of people who liked it, but there are people I respect, and Jeremiah, who think it's a bad movie. So I remember to use that during yeah, Cole thought Trolls was better. Jeremiah did not like Wish at all.
He could have been trolling, but
so if you saw Wish, I'm curious, did you like Wish? What did you think of it? Do you think it deserved a better box office, a better Rotten Tomato than it got? But it's looking like it's just going to go down as another Disney stinker bomb, which when I saw it, I didn't think there was a chance of that.
I mean, it could still rebound like Elemental, but there's other factors working against that. So
right. All right, next up today is let's see, just doing some rearranging here. Kyle, I'm going to let you take this story. I refuse to give it any more thought.
And yet you put it at the top of the list.
Because it is the zeitgeist. It is the thing going on. So talk about why they call it It's a Small
World. Yesterday, apparently, a guest. I honestly didn't read the whole story. My understanding, I think the ride broke down and somebody just kind of lost it and decided to take it upon themselves to get out of the ride, but they didn't want to get their clothes wet. So they stripped down to their skivvies and made their way through the ride in the water. And then, as you'd expect, they were promptly escorted out of the park and were arrested.
So our story says it happened while the attraction was in motion, and then it was stopped once they were made aware. So it was not broken down. I do want to make one for clarification. so many headlines are saying naked man going through small world. Guy had underwear on. He was not naked. Small, but large difference.
It's like a bathing suit.
Well, Gio says he left the ride without his skivvies. It's okay. No too much. We're moving on. That's all we care about this story. If you care about this story, it is the Disney story on the internet right now. So you can't miss it. It was forced upon me on TikTok this morning. Yeah, Gio says he was naked when he left. So I'm sorry. The internet is being honest. How dare I doubt them? My mistake. Next up, some much happier news. A Festival of the Holidays has begun at Epcot. We'll be talking about this more on Parks Talk today, 4 p.m. Pacific time, but it has arrived. Epcot is beautiful. Very nice park during the holidays, even without the doves and the lights of winter. So Jeremiah was there. He'll be on Parks Talk at 4 p.m. this afternoon, and we'll talk much more about this. Hopefully my connection stabilizes. All right. Next up, kind of the opposite of the small world story, some truly a heartwarming tale at this time of the year, which is exactly what we should be getting. Remember Aladdin Musical Spectacular, Kyle?
I do, and I remember this performer specifically.
Me too. I can remember seeing her the first time. First, she was in the first show I saw, I believe, and coming out and going, that's pretty cool. So a wheelchair performer in the ensemble for Aladdin Musical Spectacular. Her name is Jennifer Kumiyama. And we learned that she's still in the biz. She did the voice of Dahlia in Wish, which is a very memorable character. She's one of Asha's 7 friends. It's a coincidence, it's 7. And she actually portrays the lead friend. So she has a pretty big role in the movie, and I'm sure kind of a connection there. Dahlia actually uses a cane in the movie. Jennifer Kumiyama is restricted to a wheelchair because of a disease she has. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think Rebecca learned this actually a little bit ago, and it didn't even occur to me, hey, this is a story. And then Benji told me. And I said, oh,
well,
yeah,
actually, Tony also mentioned it. And then sometimes you have to beat us over the head with the story before we figure it out. But obviously there's been plenty of people who've made it in showbiz or in Disney specifically that worked in the parks. But the one that comes to mind, the biggest analog for me is Caitlin, who is the voice of Minnie Mouse now and worked at Disneyland for many years. I think she was a character host or attendant, one of those people that assists the characters. And found out she could do a voice of Minnie Mouse, and impressed her coworkers, and then ended up now she's the official voice of Minnie Mouse. So it's a cool thing to see people making that hop from the parks to the studio side of things.
I think of 2. Eden Espinoza, who was a performer. She was in Steps in Time and Pocahontas and many other things. Who went on to become pretty big on Broadway. Also does a voice in Tangled Before Ever After, I'm now seeing. So does some voiceover too, but definitely came Broadway. And then the other one that just came to mind right before it left my mind is, I just forgot her name. She originated the role of Nemo in Finding Nemo the musical. Allison, if anybody knows, Allison, I know her first name is Allison Case, I believe. Sorry. I want to see what she's up to now. He originated the role of Nemo in Finding Nemo the musical at Animal Kingdom, and she went on to Broadway. And still there. Cool. She's a pretty big name on Broadway as well. So, yeah, Disney is a great launching pad. If you want to be on Broadway or have a voice in an animated feature, then go work at Disney, because at least 3 out of the hundreds of thousands that have worked there have gone on to do that. It's like pretty good odds. Jennifer Kumiyama also was Miss Wheelchair California in 2010, which I found out doing some research.
Nice.
So how about that? Next up, we've got a review. We let no reviews pass us on this show. So there's a new show on Hulu. We don't normally cover Hulu too much here, except when there's a review. Have you seen Tales of the Artful Dodger?
I have not.
Me either. But maybe we should. This was reviewed by.
Why should I worry?
Why should I? Is it a bebopulation? If they don't use bebopulation once in this show. So, The Tale of the Artful Dodger, new Hulu original series. This review is by Luke Manning, who is British, so he is qualified to do this review. As is the case, we will read the title of the review and the final paragraph to ascertain whether or not it is worth watching. The title. TV review. The Tale of the Artful Dodger continues beyond Oliver Twist in the new Hulu original series. The final paragraph. All 8 episodes of The Artful Dodger will premiere Wednesday, November 29th, exclusively on Hulu. But the second to final paragraph. The show does fall into some of the more common trappings of his genre, such as the oddly out-of-place inclusion of more modern pop music towards the beginning and end of each episode. The setting of 1850s Australia is excellently brought to life, made even more alive by excellent performance from all the cast. One thing I should note is that there are a lot of scenes of severed body parts and open appendages. So if you're made queasy by such things, you may at least want to look away during these scenes. So Luke seems at least lukewarm on it. And, see what I did there. And if you like grossness, then this may be the show for you.
You mentioned Australia there, and have you seen? Yesterday, Beck and I went to Hulu, and we saw something original series, and we're like, "Is that Nicole Kidman and isn't this a movie? Isn't this already a Baz Luhrmann Australia?" And it is. They expanded the movie Australia from like 10 or 15 years ago and turned it into a mini series that's on Hulu. It's not like a remake. It's the movie, from my understanding, it's the movie, just a different cut of it, moved up and with a different name.
So it's like the original movie plus maybe some other scenes from it cut up.
Well, into a 6 episode series.
That's cheesy.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, what is happening? That's so weird.
That sounds like something you would do when the writers and actors are on strike, but that's over now. All right, Australia. No, not Australia. Tales of Oliver Twist, now available soon on Hulu. I forgot the date already. November 28th, I believe we said. 29th. So that is on Wednesday. Have you seen Christmas with Walt Disney?
No.
Me either, but I will.
But I could.
At some point this Christmas season, I will see this. So this is a 2009 hour-long film created by the one and only Don Hahn that up until now had only been available at the Walt Disney Family Museum. And I think this was a total surprise, right?
As far as I know, yeah, they usually release their list of everything coming to Disney Plus, and I don't think that this was on it. I feel like our Alex, who puts those articles together, would have highlighted that if that were the case. And the tweet itself didn't come from Disney Plus; it came from the Walt Disney Family Museum. So that further leads me to believe that it was something that they.
Wonder if they just hacked in and just put it up there and didn't even tell anyone.
Yeah, like, indie artists that leave their CDs back at record stores, hoping somebody will buy it.
Exactly. So this is this special, again, created by Don Hahn, about an hour long. And up until now, it's only been available at the Walt Disney Family Museum in Northern California. And boom, it's now on Disney Plus. So please go check it out. This is the kind of thing us Disney fanatics really want to be supporting. So watch it over and over again. Get it trending, and let's get more of this kind of stuff on Disney Plus. So we're not just bluey all the time. Not a bad show, by the way. No.
We bought a new TV this weekend, and one of the first things we did was watch Bluey. Not really. We put it on because we left the dog in her crate down there while we packed some stuff, and so she had Bluey to keep her company. But we also did watch the Doctor Who special on the 4K TV, our first ever 4K TV.
Okay, we're getting to Doctor Who. I'm saving the most interesting for last. D23 Angel Day. What do they call it? Angel Stadium D23 Day, the other way around. That is coming. The Expo's next year. They're making it kind of a week-long sort of kind of event, not just the main convention, and it kicks off.
I don't think you get to throw a baseball game on a Sunday and call it a full week celebration, but that's what they're trying to do. So,
I don't know if you go to baseball games much, but Sundays around the league tend to be kids run the bases day, where they, after the game, they let the kids go on the field and run the bases. They should do that. D23 members run the bases. I would pay just to see that. I think that would be a lot of fun. Anyway, it's D23 Day. Tickets are on sale. It is the August 4th, Sunday before the Expo. Go get your tickets and watch baseball with a bunch of people who just call it sport ball. Disney fans are not known for their sports expertise, but I'm
Do
sure
you
they will show up.
think they'll put like Michael Vargas in one of the hot dog suits to do the race? You know how they have like the sausage races and stuff?
No, I know. I just don't know who Michael Vargas is.
He's the head of D23. I think that's his name, at least.
It's not Stephen Clark? Am I old?
He might. I don't know.
No, it's not Stephen Clark. Stephen Clark is no longer with the
And my first thought was Jeffrey R. Epstein, but he's not there anymore. He was laid off.
Sadly. Next up, video we have on our website and our YouTube of I'm a Star. I am a little disappointed that I'm a Star has become kind of the breakout song from Wish that's used for everything, because it is by far my least favorite song in this movie. Have you heard the soundtrack at least?
I've heard little tastes of it. I have not listened to the whole thing. I was not impressed with the thing. I do keep finding myself singing the This Wish just randomly. So I look up at the stars to guide me. But I heard the villain song during the earnings call and was not a fan.
People are ripping that villain song on.
Granted,
on
it was
TikTok.
also in the like 240p or whatever that you hear it coming through on the earnings call.
People are really ripping that villain song. I'm personally a pretty big fan of it. Yeah, I'm actually a really big fan of it, but I am in the minority here. Anyway, this, as best as you can see it, is a little bit of the beacons of light, this thing that they have continued to update again and again and again.
I don't even know if they still actually call it that, but yeah.
So happy, and now they have a presentation for I'm a Star from Wish. You can go see this on our YouTube with audio, and we invite you to do so.
And this is one of several shows that they have going throughout the night. So there's the Frozen ones back for the holidays. I think they still play the 50th one. So yeah, every however many minutes you get a different little show. So this is just added to the rotation.
New breaking news, sort of, kind of. Gio saying they just added more tickets for Mickey's Christmas party on December 12th. It was sold out that day. That's interesting. Very interesting. And another Wish I'm a Star thingy on the Disney Wish, appropriately enough, the Disney's newest cruise ship. There is a show put together by the main stage cast itself that's now performs. I believe it performs in the lobby of the Disney Wish. This is actually an Instagram from one of the performers who I believe actually put the show together, kind of showing it off. So kind of cool. If you're on the Disney Wish, you get to enjoy this. I'm jealous of you if you're on the Disney Wish. The story for that.
This is Wishergy TM. It's synergy with Wish.
Yeah, that one I figured out and kind of wish I had.
Doobie, if I may, did you see the update on our breaking Hall & Oates news from last week?
No, go for it.
So it turns out that Oates was looking to sell his portion of that like company that they have together to another company. So Hall is suing to stop that, I believe was the update. That's why there was the restraining order. It's not a physical thing, it's about their business venture.
So it's just restraining him from making that sale. It's not stay 100 feet away from me.
I mean, I don't know all the details, but it seems, yes, it has something to do with a potential sale of their catalog and stuff.
Okay, interesting. Thank you for that update. I appreciate it. We talk about stuff and then it gets forgotten.
It came up because for some reason Wish sounds enough like Kiss that I thought your Kiss is on my list.
Is that really how that worked in your mind?
Yes. That's how my dumb brain works.
All right. Doctor Who, the Star Beast. So before you give any thoughts on it, what exactly is this? It's not the new series quite yet, right?
No, this is it's a Doctor Who tradition to have a Christmas special. This year there are 3 specials. So it's this special just gonna keep saying the word special. There's 3 different things that will lead up to the next season, and this is the 14th Doctor, which was a surprise because we knew who the next Doctor is. That had been announced, and then instead we got the return of David Tennant, who was the 10th Doctor. Now he's also the 14th Doctor, and these 3 specials will lead into the next series, or series in the UK, season as we say in America, of the 15th Doctor, who is not even going to try to pronounce his name, and I don't remember it, but he's going to be the new Doctor.
So this is on Disney Plus now. Feel free to go watch it. Doctor Who, the Star Beast, Luke Warm Manning gave this a review as well.
He's a huge. He's the first person I ever heard of Doctor Who from.
Really?
Yeah, has like has probably seen every episode, at least every one that's available. Grew up watching it because, like you mentioned, he's from the UK, so he actually, grew up watching the show, and then he way before it was a big. Well, I know that there's been like a little bit of a cult thing in America, like because it used to play on PBS and things like that. So people of a certain age are somewhat familiar with it, but before this big American rise, he was there at the beginning.
His final words were, "As a major Doctor Who fan, I was completely satisfied by the Star Beast and can't wait to see what comes next. Roll on next Saturday." So very positive. What were your thoughts on it as a non-Doctor Who?
So my wife's a fan of the show. I've never really watched it. I thought it was fun. I mean, it's definitely the budget is obviously increased over time, so there's like better special effects, but there's still like those cheesy elements. Like you're gonna see aliens that just kind of look different than what we're used to. I thought that the new TARDIS set looked really cool. I didn't know it was a new TARDIS set, but judging by their reaction, what Luke said, I guess it is new. And I thought that there was a fun part of the story without spoilers. I thought that worked well, and it's what I think of what Doctor Who, and it was cool to see. Like you could tell, even not being a fan of the show, I could realize how special it was for people who do, because I know people love David Tennant and they love this companion, Catherine Tate. So it was, I was excited on their behalf.
Good. I am glad that Doctor Who fanatics loved it. I decided it's on Disney Plus now. Now it's a chance to give Doctor Who a shot. See if this is for us. Nope. 10 minutes. We're out. But that's okay. Not everything is for everybody. There's also a Doctor Who podcast that is launching 2 days ago. The official Doctor Who podcast. So you can go check that out. I don't know if that's geared towards more beginners like me or fanatics.
Yeah, it's probably just conversations with them, I would imagine, but I didn't actually look at the thing. So, but I will say, fun fact, our own Luke Manning had a podcast when he was like 13 or 14 years old called like the Doctor Who Cast or the Who Cast or something like that. Yeah.
Really?
So it might still exist somewhere. You might be able to find a little baby voiced Luke Manning talking about Doctor Who and probably his bedroom when he was a preteen.
So knowing that, I knew he was excited, but he must have just gone completely bananas when he found out Doctor Who was coming to Disney Plus.
He said it was like being in watching this episode was like being, just transporting back to 2008 or whatever and picking up. But yeah, no, he was his worlds were colliding when Benji is like, can you write a retrospective of Doctor Who leading up to the thing and then do recaps of these episodes? I'm sure he's just like, yes, I get paid to do this now because I've been doing this since I was 14 years old for free. So
that is so awesome. Happy for you, Luke. And technically, no, we're not going to pay you for that because it's too much fun. All right. Anything else happening in the world of Disney before we get to some standard stuff?
He's messaging me. He's watching, so he just heard everything I just said about him.
He's not on yet, is he?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe he is. I should look at the schedule sometimes. Can't be bothered.
Probably should have got him to talk about this since you've seen it. Did a review for it. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, so Kyle, let's get to some standard part. We will talk to Luke about.
No, he's on a 10, so we couldn't have got him.
We definitely will get him to talk about Doctor Who at some point because it is a big Disney Plus thing right now, and he is the Doctor Who man. But right now, let's get to this. All right, the first This Day in Disney history I'm just going to give to you. It was on this day in 2009 that a certain documentary called Christmas with Walt Disney debuted at the Walt Disney Family Museum.
Can imagine that.
All right, so here we go. This is the portion of the show where Kyle shows off just how smart he is. On this day in 1976, an actor was born, most known for portraying one, maybe two characters. He also starred, if you search his name on Disney Plus, the only movie that comes on that he starred in is the 2014 film The Santa Con. But he is iconic for a role and a television show on 1990s ABC. I believe it was TGIF.
Stamos.
That is a good enough guess that I'm going to give you half credit for that and just give you the answer. The Santa Con starred the one and only Stefan Urkel / Urkel.
Jamal White.
Jaleel White.
Jaleel White. I was close.
Jaleel White. And so celebrate his birthday today. Watch the
Is that
Santa
Melissa
Con
Joan
on
Hart?
Disney Plus. Looks like it, right?
Kinda. It does and it doesn't.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, okay. So
she directed it. Breaking
but
news.
It does not show that she starred in it. So
no, it does.
So
She's
I don't
just
know
like
if this
fourth
is
build or
her.
something.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're right. But she put herself in the main picture because she directed it. Yeah, Melissa Joan Hart directed the Santa Con. TIL. How cool is that with Jaleel White? Now I really want to see it. It's that time of year.
10 years ago, she directed a movie. Breaking news.
It is both a drama and a comedy. All right. On this day in 1996, a movie debuted in theaters. I will read you the description of said movie. Blank, blank, and blank are overjoyed by the arrival of 101 Dalmatians, the live-action version, debuted on this day. This is not a description that can be.
Last week, we had 102 Dalmatians. So.
That's right. Fun fact, I got to interview Melissa Joan Hart at the Haunted Mansion. I think she was there. They were doing some charity thing she was a part of. And so I get to... I'm sure
jealous. I was a big fan of Clarissa Explains It All as a kid. That was my favorite. And then Sabrina's fine. It's fun.
I figured you worked with her. You've worked with everybody in Hollywood.
I have not.
Bacon.
Not worked with her.
Gio said he's got a new Christmas movie coming out starring what? Like, is it the Urkel character?
Or is it what's his
oh my goodness. He's right. An animated movie. Jaleel White will reprise his role as Steve Urkel in a new holiday animated film, Urkel Saves Christmas, the movie. That's bigger than
Can I do that?
Huge news. Thank you, Gio. Gio knows a lot. All right. On this day in 2002, a movie came out, animated feature that I got to go to the red carpet for. A secret map inspires a thrilling treasure hunt across the universe as young blank and blank, the ship's cyborg cooks, set off in search of their destiny.
Is it Treasure Planet?
It might be Treasure Planet. These Disney Plus descriptions may not be the best.
With songs by Johnny Resnick of the Goo Goo Dolls.
Not Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails?
Nope, that's Soul.
Trent Reznor does music for Soul?
Yes. With Atticus Finch. He does the ethereal soundtrack stuff. Like, not the jazz stuff, but like the...
I did not know that. I love Trent, or at least I love Nine Inch Nails. Maybe I don't love his current stuff.
Interesting.
But
he also does music.
Head Like a Hoe. You want to sing Head Like a Hoe? Head like a hoe. Black as your soul. On this day in 2013, the movie came out.
Frozen.
That is right. Doesn't get any bigger than that in the world of Disney. Congratulations. So I would say today you were 4 for 4.
Before I forget, can I give you a this day in not at all Disney history, except that ESPN's doing a documentary about it? It's on the 30th, actually, but I'll forget by then. Do you know what happened 10 years ago on the 30th?
Sorry. Did it what?
Okay. November 30th, 10 years ago, something happened in the world of sports that ESPN is doing a special about. What would that be?
Dude, I just saw this on Twitter, so that's kind of cheating, but I already forgot. So what was it? The Kick Six. Speaking of, okay, the Michigan-Ohio State game was pretty good. Did you see the ending of that Alabama-Auburn game?
This year's? No.
Which was the Kick Six. The Kick Six matchup was Alabama. This year, Auburn, all they got to do is stop Alabama. It's 4th and goal from like the 30-yard line. All they got to do is not let Alabama score on 4th and goal from the 30-yard line, and the game is over. They rush 2. They have a spy there. What's the point of a spy when he needs to get 30 yards? Either rush him or drop him back in coverage. They have a spy there doing absolutely nothing. They rush 2. The guy is literally standing back there for 15 seconds. No pressure whatsoever. No one. I don't care how many people you got back. You can't block people for 15 seconds. He throws them in the corner of the end zone. The receiver gets a little bit of a push off. It's a penalty, but they're not going to call that in that situation. And Alabama wins. The defensive coordinator should be relieved of his duties immediately. That is not how you defend
like the Carolina Panthers coach today.
He was Frank Reich.
Or how about the I don't know what the official name is, but the Hail Mary that gets returned for a touchdown, and was that the Black Friday game? I don't even remember. They all run together. Yeah. All these bad games run together.
That was the Black Friday game, the Jets. I was watching that. They had to come up with a name for it because it just doesn't happen. So I think I like Fail Mary. That's the best one.
Yeah, but the Fail Mary is already taken by the Seattle game where with the officiating, it was the replacement refs that totally biffed the.
The other one I saw was Hail Mary, but I don't like that one.
I was avoiding saying that because I didn't know if we were allowed to on that show.
It is a place, not just a curse word.
Do we need Kyle and we randomly talk sports intro?
Which we always have to tell people. It's funny because Kyle is not a sports fan.
And yet Friday night I had so little to do that I decided to put on the game on Twitch while actually muting that and then watching someone I watch do a live stream of like a play-by-play of the game. I had his YouTube audio on while watching the Twitch stream, and somehow it synced up. It was crazy.
That's fandom. Yeah, the Eagles almost blew it. I wish they had. I'm a Cowboy fan, and I need the Eagles to do some losing, and somehow they keep winning these games they have no business winning. Anyway, yes, that was sports for the day. That Auburn-Alabama game was just rush 2. The guy's just sitting back there. Eventually, someone will come open because no one's going to tackle me, so I might as well just sit back here until they do, and they did. It's Pocket Pick time. This is from CM Brickflips, and the caption says, waited 120 minutes for this. This is Frozen Ever After.
Forever, there'll be music, there'll be light for the first time in forever.
That's terrifying.
And that's why Hong Kong decided not to do the projection faces.
They said they were a maintenance nightmare, and there's your proof. That would make me mad that I didn't get to see it. That's worse than not getting to see it. That's terrifying. Yeah, Gio saw that too. That was funny to see. And then this is kind of cool. So I saw this going around TikTok as the rehearsal. And then the performance actually happened. So Disney had a performance in front of the Disney Treasure at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And someone got video, or they released video, I'm not sure, of the rehearsal for it. But in the rehearsal, they're just dancing as themselves, even though they're eventually going to be costume characters. So enterprising people like Disney Dan YouTube have put those together. And it's really interesting to see something you just don't see in the world of Disney very often. And let's check it out.
The theme of this Pocket Picks is Doobie Spoils Magic.
It's just weird. I mean, we're old enough to know that's probably not the real Mickey Mouse. He's a busy guy. He has helpers. But seeing those helpers actually out there, like, that's carpet. That's carpet.
I also, it's weird that I know that those two ladies must be like 5'2" or under.
And then I ran across this morning. It's kind of long and uneven, so I didn't include it. But someone from way back in the '90s who portrayed Mickey Mouse, who helped out with Mickey Mouse in Fantasmic, backstage of Fantasmic, like in the house, talking about being Sorcerer Mickey and being shot up in 1 second up to the top of the house and how terrifying it was. And then you actually see her putting on the robe and everything. I'm okay not seeing this stuff. I've never seen a character without their head off, or like Snow White backstage or something. And
Without
I'm
their
okay with
head
that.
off? You haven't seen a character
Without
without
their
their
head.
head off? Okay.
Without their head on. And I'm perfectly okay with that. I have no need to destroy all the magic that way.
That's
You got anything else
most
for us,
popular by
Kyle?
Ricky.
Got anything else for us, Kyle?
I don't think so. I don't. Well, let me take a look. It's. I feel like Disney has to release news at some point. There is tomorrow.
Big day tomorrow.
Programming note. We are going to be. I think are we pushing back the show? Is that what's happening?
Yes. No, I think we're moving. Either we're moving it up. To be decided.
The show will be at a different time tomorrow. Because Bob Iger is doing a town hall with employees at the New Amsterdam in New York, and so we will be seeing what happens with that. So we'll keep an eye. Make sure you ring the bell for notifications when we go live.
Yes. Yep. All right. And later on today at 1 o'clock, we are scheduled to have a walk and talk coming from.
Today, it's at 1. I think it's 11 today.
Oh, 11, sorry. And we're
11 Pacific from Magic Kingdom. And then Parks Talk Live today at 4.
And those times are Pacific?
Those times are all Pacific. This is
the
part of the show where I would normally check the Twitters, but I have to check the Instagrams.
Okay, well, you do that check real quick. While he's checking that, I'll let you know that we'll be back tomorrow at some time, as Kyle said. 4 p.m. again Pacific, 11 a.m. Pacific. Jeremiah is going to be at the Magic Kingdom today, and someone from Laughing Place will be in the studio talking to him for the first time, so that's going to be exciting. We have a Laughing Place staff meeting today. If you're an LP or watching, don't forget to be here for that.
Really inside baseball.
Okay.
See, they did release the full video of Ariana DeBose singing This Wish in front of Disneyland Paris's castle. And if you missed that during the holiday special last night, like I did, you can probably all just watch it on Disney Plus.
Oh, and Variety last week was reporting Chris Evans was talking about perhaps coming back to do a future Avengers movie. Chris Evans is saying that news is news to him. He is denying those reports. So there you go. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you at some point tomorrow. I'll see you later today.